Hello everyone, welcome to Monk Chat program conducted by Empty Cloud Buddhist Monastery in New Jersey. Today we are going to start again with another round of Monk Chat as usual. My name is Bhante Sumitta and I'm going to be asking you to actually ask questions today. So let me know if you have any questions for Monk Chat and we can go ahead and discuss. And hope everyone joined today will be benefited by this wonderful Monk Chat program. And I really like the Monk Chat program because we have one-on-one opportunity to ask questions. So over here we have Sheetal Gatling, Jayanta Fernando, Poonam Sood, Geeta Brown, Sarah Dickler, Kumu, Michael Tab, and all of you are welcome to our Monk Chat event. And let me also see if we have someone in our channel. Okay, yeah, I can also see some Poonam and some few more people in Dhamma USA channel as well. Okay, so hope you can hear me and so maybe to get started, we have a question from Michael Ta. When thought about daily chores to do that day pop up during meditation, what is the proper antidote? When thoughts about daily chores to do that day pop up during meditation, um, I think when you meditate, what we do focus is to recognize, to understand, to be aware of the thoughts that you have at the current moment, at that particular moment, right? So if you think like when you sit for meditation, you have some thoughts coming up from your day-to-day activities or whatever. That's fine. That's actually natural. But if you do it as a habitual act of meditation daily, I think it will be much less. Maybe at the beginning it can happen. Certain disturbing thoughts can happen at the beginning, but yes, you can make it a habit. You keep doing it every day, and your internal system actually will register that because you are ready for meditation, and you will not be too much disturbed. What's more important is actually to keep focusing on your own thoughts. You recognize, okay, right now I have this thought, maybe anger or jealousy or greed or even lust. These things can happen. So whatever thoughts come to your mind, you just recognizing. The more you are able to recognize those current thoughts, the more you become actually calm. You don't feel more disturbed about that. So I recommend you keep doing it. That will be fine. And it should not be disturbing. It's natural that our mind gets so many different kinds of thoughts. That's perfectly natural. So we'll keep learning, we'll keep practicing. Once you get to know that you have this and that thought, then you will be able to also control in a way. Maybe not at the beginning, but it will take some time, and you should be able to recognize those thoughts very easily, and eventually you should be able to even control those thoughts. Okay. Translation applied and sustained thoughts is not very clear to me. Yeah, I think you are talking, Kumu, you are talking about. Okay, let me. Oh, I forgot to show the question actually. This was the question. Um, Previous question was this by Michael Tab. And the other one, Bhante, what exactly are vitaka and vichara? Does that really mean concentrated thought? Yeah, the translation applied and sustained thought is not very clear to me. I know that's Vitaka and Vichara, maybe mostly the people in traditional Buddhist countries, they feel more comfortable in those two words, Vitaka, Vichara. And when we try to translate, maybe it will be a little bit challenging for many of us. Even for me, it happened actually. I didn't get it at the beginning. So Vitaka, sustained thought, and so over here, vitaka means you keep the meditation object and you keep it for a long time, and then you keep thinking, and you keep you are able to sustain that thought for a long time. That is the vitaka. And when you have vichara, you are able to maintain that meditation object, um, even applied thought. So applied and sustained thoughts are the words that we use for this. Let's say, for example, you keep meditating on anapanasati, so you have breathing, right? You focus on breathing, and then when you keep thinking of breathing, you are able to. I know there are many different techniques. Let's say you focus on your nostril and the upper lip, and over here, when you think, um, you should be able to fix kind of this your attention, your complete attention to this breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out, and nothing else. And that way you should be that is called um, applied. So you apply that. And sustained thought means you are able to maintain it as long as you want, like maybe for a longer time, in fact. So when you are able to apply that, when you are able to sustain that for a longer time, that is where we have the meditation uh, in a more powerful and in a more longer version. This is an advanced stage actually, if you can do that. Okay, I hope it was little helpful. And we have another question from Dhamma Jiva. Dear Ajan, would you share some experiences with Bhante Ananda Maitre, who died in 1988? He was very influential for Western monks who trained in Sri Lanka, and he was profiled a documentary many decades ago. He seemed attained, very attained. I have met this Bhante Ananda Maitreya, when I was in Sri Lanka, I was actually very little, and but he was a very powerful and mm, very famous monk in Sri Lanka. So we all would like to meet him. One thing I noticed physically in him is that he had a long nose. That's why I one of the physical features that I noticed. I heard so many things about Bhante Ananda Maitreya. So I thought maybe because he was practicing a lot on anapanasati, contemplation and breathing, maybe his nose has become longer. I just thought it that way. But yes, he was a remarkable monk, tremendously powerful monk. He was not only spiritually but also socially. He was very good and very helpful and a very influential monk. What should I say? I know when he passed away in 1988, I was in not in Sri Lanka that time. I was studying in Delhi University, India. um, yeah, he was influential to many Sri Lankan as well as foreign um, monks and other practitioners because of his language ability and also because of his Dhamma knowledge. He used to travel many parts of the world those days even, and therefore he was his uh, incredible power of teaching the Dhamma and his incredible language knowledge. I think he could speak many languages. Therefore, he was very helpful, and also his practice. I remember his one of his book in Sinhala. It says Buddhu Bhava Patana Balangoda Ananda Maitreya Hamduru. That means he was also aspiring to become a Buddha. I think many of those prominent Sri Lankan monks they used to actually aspire to become the supremely enlightened ones. That is one reason I heard that most of them could not even become Sotapanna. Because once you become Sotapanna, you will have only seven births and at the most, and you will attain Nibbana, right? But if you are aspiring to become Samma Sambuddha, you will have to continue to practice and fulfill your paramitas, and you will become a Buddha someday, but long time later on. And during this the Gautama Buddha's time, of course, there cannot be any possibility for another Buddha, not even for a Pacheka Buddha, for that matter. Yeah. Yeah, there are many stories and many things about Bhante Ananda Maitreya, and he has written even some books in English. He used to stay here actually in Los Angeles, Dharma Vijay Buddhist Vihara for a while. I noticed that when I went to that temple, I remember Bhante Piyananda used to talk about that Bhante Ananda Maitreya used to stay there in his temple. Yeah. Um, and he has written certain books about. I remember one of the books that he wrote was about the life of the Buddha. Very voluminous book, I would say. Very detailed. I think he has also used maybe some other Sanskrit sources and also Pali sources for that. I'm not sure if it is available in English, but I have read the Sinhala book, which is really a detailed one. Maybe you can double check with um, you can double check with some of those videos if available. Not like today, those days, this video recording facility was very very rare, and we didn't have those um, iPhone or something like that, and so it was only um, by certain professional cameras they could be recorded. Same thing with the Bhante Rerukani Chandavimalanayaka Thero. These two monks have been some of the leading modern Sri Lankan monks, I would say, who passed away in the beginning of the 20th and towards the end of the 20th century. 2000, yeah, both of them passed away, and we felt remarkable loss. It was an irreparable loss for the whole asana when we see them passing away. They were both very, very wonderful monks. And recently, I would also like to mention Venerable Bhante Arya Dhamma. Mm, he was also a very influential monk. Bhante Arya Dhamma had a very powerful character and his amazing practice. And also, it is said that he had learned the entire Tipitaka, all including Attakathas, by heart. And so his lineage, his legend, I think, is still being carried away by many of the monks in Navayana. So Navayane Aridhamma and Nayakathero also deserve a lot of respect from all of us. His teachings are actually available much more than those two other monks, because he passed away just a few years ago. And before that, there was another monk called Panadure Aryadhamma. I really, really appreciate that Bhante. He was one of the monks who actually made Buddhism so popular among the young people. They were attracted to Buddhism during his time. When I was very little, I was actually a lay person, a lay child those days, and we, with our family, we used to go to his famous Bodhi Vandanas. Very famous he was, and his Dhamma talks, and also his practice, and the way he was talking, really pleasant, and we all enjoyed. So some of those monks, I would like to say, maybe they came here with a purpose. Yeah, and we have a lot of respect for them. Same thing with the other internationally recognized monks, for example, Pauk Sayadaw and Mahasi Sayadaw and Goenkaji, and yeah, all. I think Mahasi Sayadaw and Goenkaji, they are not here anymore, and Pauk Sayadaw still there. He is very old, but he is also doing a remarkable job. And then Ajahn Chah and the Thai forest lineage. There are very famous Thai monks too, and a lot of Western monks have been greatly influenced by Ajahn Chah tradition. Yeah, including Mt. Clark Buddhist Monastery. They have been influenced by. They are also following mostly this Thai forest tradition. Okay, all of you need to learn more about them and learn more about their practices and their teaching. It will be very helpful. Sarah Dickler, Buddha said that pain or suffering arises through desire or craving, and that to be free of pain, we need to cut the bonds of desire. What if I have the desire to spend time with my family? Yeah, that is that is a desire also, right? So what we do is desire. We try to deal with desire. So pain or suffering arises through desire or craving. Let's say, like, yes, you like to spend time with your family. That definitely um, is the case with many of us, right? We, all of you, like to spend time with your near and dear ones, your loved ones. But the same reason is the same cause, is the reason why we suffer also. We are so happy to be with them. And what happens if something wrong happens to them? Maybe during the pandemic, we knew that so many near and dear ones were gone. They were affected, they were infected. And then what happened? You get suffering, right? You don't like it. The more you are attached to someone or something, the more you suffer. That is the theory. So, yan dukkhang tadanattang, yadanichang tang dukkhang. So, if something is not permanent, that creates suffering. And because of that, we say we have no control. We cannot control them. And therefore, in Buddhism, we say we don't have any permanent entity that can be controlled. Therefore, it is called anatta. And anicca, dukkha, and anatta are just like that. Um, yeah, you can spend time with your family or near and dear one. That is perfectly all right. But also, you need to remember the fact that these attachments, these bonds, can certainly create suffering somehow or the other. And if something unpleasant happens to them, you don't like it. And you don't like to be associated with unpleasant ones too, right? You love to be associated with pleasant ones, near and dear ones. But it doesn't happen all the time. Let's say, like, you are studying somewhere away from your family. You really love to be staying with them, but it doesn't happen. As long as you stay with them, you feel good, and then you are away from them, you don't feel good. That itself shows how difficult it is. It is suffering. And if something happens to them, if they get sick, or some of them pass away or something, they really suffer. uh, Last week or two, I think, I remember a few people called me and, Bhante, what to do? I had a pet, and the pet was dying, and what to do with that? And they were really suffering too. They don't want them to leave, and things happen. You sometimes you feel like your pet also is a part of your family, and so many other pets are there. You don't really feel that one, that connection. When you see them dying or passing away, you maybe you immediately or temporarily feel sad about that. But if you have some pet who is close to your family, that is excruciating pain for you. That's the problem. Okay, so yeah, it is dukkha. Yeah, the Buddha said, like, jatipi dukkha, jarapi dukkha, vyatipi dukkho, maranampi dukkha, appiehi sampayogo dukkho. To be associated with unpleasant one is suffering, and piehi vipayogo dukkho, to depart or to be dissociated from the near and dear ones is suffering. So all this cause suffering. And if something happens to other people that you don't know, you don't feel that much suffering. It can happen to you, but you don't really pay that much attention to that. So I would say the more you are attached, the more you suffer. That is why eventually, you have to get rid of all those near and dear ones too. That's why the Buddha, the Bodhisattva, he renounced the world. Abhinikamana means great renunciation. You renounce the world, you renounce your near and dear ones. You have to do that. And it doesn't mean that he forgot them. This is also important to remember. You don't forget them. You have with them. Your memories are with them, but you don't negatively attach to them. That is the most important term I would like to say. Do not negatively attach to them. Negatively attachment means to the point that it doesn't um, break your heart. It doesn't disturb your inner peace. This is what we call negative attachment. So you can maintain healthy attachment with them. Even the Buddha, after enlightenment, he went back to his family. Remember, he left his loved one, his wife, and he left his Prince Siddhartha. He left his wife and the newborn baby. Who would like to do that? He had to do that. He had to cut that bond, and because of that, he was able to, attain the nibbana, the supreme enlightenment, the Buddhahood, and he even left his crown. He was the next in person, next in line to be crowned, but he left even that. And imagine, like, he was with the family, he was living with the family, taking care of the family. He became a powerful king, and today we don't talk about him anymore. We don't even remember that person anymore. But because he left the family, because he renounced that worldly lifestyle, he went deep into the jungle, meditated, and attained the Nibbana, and went back to his family, rescued each and every member of the family. And that is why he is remembered even today. We respect him so much even today because he renounced the world and he came back only to rescue all of them from the entire misery of samsara. So I think that's a very powerful message that we can learn from there, from the Buddha's life. Okay, Sarah has another question. What if I have the desire to buy new dress? Similar to there is no like or dislike. Am I not supposed to like anything? Okay. um, you say you can buy new dress. Um, what happens if you are so much attached to that? That is the problem. Let's say you buy a new dress, it's okay. You look good, and other people also feel good with you, and you can impress the other people, and you also live a comfortable life, right? That's fine. I think it's okay to live comfortably, buy a new car, buy a new property. All these things as lay people, you should do that. That's okay. And you can also eat some good food. That's okay. It doesn't mean that you live everything just like that. You live like you have many things, let's say, like, and you don't enjoy that. Doesn't make sense too. But you should not be negatively attached to anything. Sometimes if you think, like, you buy a new cloth, let's say, you said you bought a new cloth, and what happens if something happens to that cloth, and maybe you are um, walking by the side of the road, and on a rainy day suddenly passing by car happens to drive through muddy water, and your clothes get dirty, and you feel angry and frustrated and dejected and sad, or so many things can happen, right? And let's say Yeah, something bad happens to your newly um, claimed, newly owned dress. If something bad happens to them, you don't like it. This is the thing. Mm, yeah, if you can maintain that equanimity, it's okay. This is impermanent, um, sometimes it can be torn, sometimes it can be broken, sometimes it can be burnt. Many things can happen. So if you are able to accept it, then it's okay. So yeah, when you need new clothes, you go ahead and buy them. Okay. um, Amanda Arcadia Castillo Gomez, I remember the name. You also constantly attend our monk chat. Robin Hill, you have a question. Bhante, how can I let go of anger towards someone who hurt me a long time ago? Yeah. Oh, Robin, I think this is a very good question. Many people have this issue, like how to send loving kindness to people who hate you. My advice is through different ways. At the beginning, you do not think of those unfriendly ones, enemies. You just find easy ways to send loving kindness. For example, you have loving kindness towards yourself. That's easy one, right? So mostly I know, but there are some people who said to me, I can send loving kindness to other people, but not to me. And if that is the case, then we have to work out in a different way, because we can't forget ourselves. Mm. Some people say, oh, this is the body is impermanent, and Buddhism talk about anicca, and we should not attach to anything, so we should not even love ourselves. See, loving kindness is metta, and metta is for all. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. If we say, we should be able to send loving kindness to ourselves as well. We can hate us, we can dislike us. This body is important too. Only through by using this body, we have to get rid of the samsara. So we have to take care of this body. Do not hate this body. That's that's not an option. And then second thing, start with something or someone who is more comfortable to you in practicing loving kindness. I remember a story of the story of Queen Mallika. One day, King Kosala, he was a very powerful king in Kosala kingdom, and he asked his queen, okay, tell me, who is the most beloved person in the world for you? And she said, me. Me myself. I am the one, number one, whom I love the most. And the king was upset. He thought, okay, she would talk about your majesty, you are the one that I love the most. But she said, no, I love myself, number one. And after that, I love others. Yeah, so eventually king understood the situation. She explained it to him. And yeah, so we have to start with ourselves, and then we can go ahead and slowly and gradually start sending loving kindness to our near and dear ones, our family members, friends and relatives, teachers and elders, those people who are benefactors, those people who are pleasant to you, those people who well wish you, and all those people, you can think of them. When you think of them, you feel good. Some people, maybe community leaders, maybe monks. Whenever you think of them, you feel so comfortable with them, and they actually are happy with your progress, and they are always blessing you, and they are helping you no matter what. And those are the people whom you find more comfortable and easy to send loving kindness at the beginning. Okay, so keep doing it at the beginning. And then the second step, still not, we don't even think of the unfriendly ones or unpleasant ones or enemies. at this stage. And afterwards, the second stage, you can go to the what do you call, um, the people who are unknown, but not unfriendly or not friendly. They are in between. So neutral people. We think of the neutral people at the next stage. Actually, in the world, most of the vast majority of the world are neutral people, right? We don't know them and they don't know us. And let's say you go to go for shopping and you see many people over there. Unless you are a superstar like a Hollywood actor or actress or singer or something, nobody will recognize you. Nobody will even come talk to you. They don't care. They don't know you. And but it's really important. I need to emphasize this thing. It's really important to send loving kindness to those neutral ones. Especially today, we see many people in the public, they go crazy sometimes. Some people, very few though, they can go crazy. Sometime in the airplane, sometime in a shopping mall, they might do some very disastrous acts. And in that case, they although they are neutral, and from that point they can turn hostile to you. So if you send loving kindness to all those neutral ones, you will have some kind of confidence, some kind of blessing, some kind of safety, security for yourself, because you send loving kindness to them too. May they be well, happy, healthy. Imagine. First, you think of yourself and you send loving kindness to yourself. May I be well, happy, healthy. And then you also send loving kindness to your near and dear ones. May all my near and dear ones, spouse, children, parents, grandparents, teachers, elders, all those near and dear ones in the family, may they all be well, happy, healthy. So you feel more comfortable and you will feel also be easy and peaceful within you. And then also that power can be shared with them. They also can be blessed. And then you can send loving kindness, the same loving kindness to other people, the neutral people. May all those neutral beings in the world, sentient beings, maybe human beings, men and women, children and elders, and all those human beings, and even the unhuman beings. I think you have to think of that also seriously, because there are so many unfriendly beings, neutral beings, right? Even the non-human beings can be friendly and unfriendly. Most of them are neutral. So we think of them as well. Maybe devas, maybe brahmas, maybe animals. Yeah, most of un, non-human beings that we can see are animals, right? Maybe cows, maybe snakes, maybe cockroach or whatever, mosquitoes. We send loving kindness to all of them. And then only you can go to the unfriendly ones, the ones whom you dislike, whom you hate, or they hate you. Okay. Maybe in the past, you had someone at some point of your life, you had someone who were really not happy with you. They were bullying you, they were hating you, they were hurting you, they were trying to revenge you, they were trying to damage you, harm you, also gossip about you. Many things happened to you. And maybe those days, but not anymore. They are living somewhere else. They live their life and separately forget about you, but you still remember that. Now who is the one who is hating you? Now you are the one having that difficulty. You are the one who is holding on to that grudge. This is why we have to be careful. Life is not permanent. We don't live here forever, right? So those things, whatever happen. And why do we need to hold on to that? Because does it make any sense? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't help you, or it doesn't help them. So you need to forgive and forget. You need to send loving kindness to even to them, and sending loving kindness to them is little more easier. I mean, in the past, enemies in the past is easier than sending loving kindness to enemies in the present, because enemies in the past, maybe they are not enemies anymore. Maybe they have become neutral in the course of time. Everything is impermanent, so even the enmity can become impermanent. So you think of them and send loving kindness to them, and internally you purify yourself, that I am clean. I try to be clean myself. I don't want hatred anymore. I don't want anger anymore. I don't want to hold on to that grudge anymore. No matter what they did, I don't want to hold on to that. That whatever the karma they did, that's their karma. Then I have sympathy for them. And I don't want to continue to be angry and revengeful towards them. This is the way you have to think. The Buddha said in Dhammapada, I think it is the fifth stanza in the Yamakavaga, Nahi verena verani sammanti dha kudachanang averena cha sammanti esa dhammo sanantano. Hatred is never appeased by hatred. Hatred is appeased by non-hatred only. This is an eternal law. And another Dhammapada stanza, the Buddha said, Parechana vijananti maya mitha yamamase yecha tattha vijananti tato sammanti medhaga. Those people who know that they die someday, because of that they will not fight. People who don't know, people who are not aware of the fact that they are dying someday, they will hold on to the grudge, and they will quarrel with each other. Those people who recognize, who contemplate on the practice of marana or death, they will know that the life is impermanent. Life is so full of glorious uncertainties. We are impermanent. We don't live forever. So why should we hold on to the grudges? Why should we hate anyone for that matter? Therefore, they can get rid of quarrels and revenge and fights. I think that is really a good idea. We have to think of it very seriously, even though it is difficult. You should be able to do that. Okay, when you do that, first it will impact you immensely positively. Once you cleanse your mind of hatred, you will feel so peaceful first, and eventually you can also send that power to them. They will also heal themselves. So first of all, heal yourself and send loving kindness to those people to heal for themselves. Okay, so yeah, I really appreciate your question. It's an honest thing. It can happen to many people. Jordan Caste is asking a question. I am finding more and more from monks talking about it and Buddhist texts that virtue is a prerequisite to concentration and happiness. What are your thoughts on this? Yes, I certainly agree with that. We call Sila Samadhi Panya. Okay, what is the role of Sila is to restrain ourselves, our bodily and verbal misdeeds. When you are restrained with your bodily and verbal activities, um, restrained in the sense you do not generate anything wrong through your bodily and verbal activities. Let's say panatipata, abstain from killing, abstain from hurting or hating, or stealing, and then engaging in sexual misconduct. These are the bodily activities that can happen, the misdeeds by the body. And then musavada, pisunavacha, parusavacha, sampapalapa, false speech and slandering, and then harsh speech and gossiping. These are the verbal misdeeds that we can do. If we control them, it definitely helps us to focus ourselves. Let's say you are angry, you hate someone, you kill someone, you hurt someone. First, you yourself become restless. You cannot sleep peacefully if you kill someone. You cannot. You think of them constantly. You feel like you are threatened. You are insecure. Someone will come and revenge you. You feel that. So you can't sleep. And then wherever you go, you feel not secure. You think, okay, some of those the persons, maybe relatives, some friends, they might be after you. So you are always living with so much fear and doubt. It's so difficult for you. You keep thinking of it. You cannot sleep. You become weak. Your health also decays. So the restlessness is a very difficult thing for you to meditate, and concentration cannot happen if that is the case. The same thing with the stealing. When you disrespectful, when you become disrespectful by stealing someone other's property, you will always be in great danger of being robbed by others. And same thing with the sexual misconduct. Yeah, it can happen to your family too, or yourself. If you sexually misconduct yourself, your family will not be your family life will not be safe too. Those maybe dark secrets can come one day, u-turn, and you will be in trouble. And when you tell lies, when you speak harsh words or slandering, and also gossip, same thing, it will create so much difficulties. Let's say lying or hurting, or all these things can happen, and you find it difficult to concentrate. So the sila is the very foundation of the building. If we want to have a strong building, foundation is the key, right? So sila is the foundation. The morality is the foundation. Therefore, before going to concentration, we have to think of sila. And I would like to mention that if any of you, when you practice, you have sometime you think, oh, today I could not practice properly. I could not pay attention to my meditation, my mind was wandering. Yeah, think of your own sila. Somewhere something happened to your sila. So maybe observe the five precepts, observe the eight precepts again, and this time become more determined. Okay, I'm going to practice this time more, and I should be able to. You should be able to, um, concentrate better. Okay. I hope I answered the question. Hello, Jeff. And we have a question from S. Jeff. Are there any advantages in practicing asceticism? I think there can be advantages, but not necessarily for everyone. I think as a layperson, you still can live your lay life, and you find it more easier. But if you become an ascetic, even among the monks, like let's say like an urban monk and a forest monk, there is a little difference. Even urban monks have maybe temples, and they have many things to do and kind of bonds. But maybe the forest monk is much more simpler, and they find like less possessives, less possessions for them, so it's easier for them. Nothing to lose, right? You live in a simple hut or cave or under a tree or something, and you fine. You don't have to pay bills and nothing to worry. You can go wherever you want. You can stay as long as you want, and yeah, that is why I think that practice is good and more comfortable. It is said. Um, um, okay, the the Gihivasa or the lay life is like fire, and the ascetic life or the monk's life is like the sky. Pabaj, Pabbaja is like Pabbaja means becoming monk, ordaining. It's like Akasa, Abhokaso Pabbaja. So this Abhokasa is the sky. Sky is the limit for them. You don't have any bonds. You have very simple and humble lifestyle, and then it is easier for them. Yeah, practicing asceticism can be helpful, definitely for practice, and because you don't have many activities, simple can be easier always. Okay, hello Sud, and we also have another question from Dulani. Is asking a question to Dhamma USA here. Holding on to grudges from the past will only make people miss out on future opportunities. It's always best to forgive others for their mistakes, and like Bhante said, send loving kindness. Yes. Yeah, thank you, Dulani. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, send loving kindness to all those people. And if you say sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta, we cannot hate even the unfriendly ones. That is the truth. Okay. We have another question from Michael. Is the purpose of mindfulness of the body during daily activities to keep you from engaging with thoughts? Uh, is the purpose of mindfulness of the body during daily activities to keep you from engaging with thoughts? Any tips for being mindful of the body throughout the day? Do you focus on one body part of a day? Okay. Let me share how we do it. When you wake up in the morning, okay, um, what you do is when you wake up, you are mindful that I am awake, and then you get out of your bed and see all the activities, your body movement, and the way you walk and go to the bathroom, open the door and open the tap and wash your face, and think of all the activities that you do it mindfully, and then come back and sit and meditate. Ah, so without losing the mindfulness, you do it in the morning. This will be a very, very effective practice for mindfulness, to improve your mindfulness. And it can happen to any of us, like after a few hours of sleep in the night, you feel little more comfortable in the morning, right? And so wake up and be fresh, and be mindful of all the movements that you do, every single movement of the body, how the body bends and how your hands and legs and all the other body parts move. You think of it, and even the dress that touches the body, you be mindful about that, and then you will feel you can concentrate very fast. You can become mindful very easily. You can go to samadhi very easily when you practice like that. This is an easy way of doing it. And then mindfulness of the body throughout the day. It's not necessarily one part of one body part a day actually, but you can think of the entire body, all the activities The Buddha said, Gate hite nisinne sutte jagarite sampajanakari hoti. That means when you walk, when you sit, when you stand, when you lay down, just be mindful. Okay, I'm standing now. Like in walking meditation, we used to say that, okay, when you stand, you think three times: stand, stand, stand. And then you raise your foot and move your foot and place your foot. Raise, move, place. Raise, move, place. Think of all the movement of your walking. And then the other foot. Raise, move, place. Raise, move, place. So keep walking from your one destination to the other walking destination. And when you reach your destination, stand, stand, stand. Now you are going to turn. Raise, turn, place. Raise, turn, place. And then again, stand, stand, stand. And then again, the movement of the feet again. Raise, move, place. Raise, move, place. So when you keep doing it, you focus on your feet in such a way that's like just as a camera is fixed on your feet, your total concentration is on your feet. That way you'll be able to focus more, and you'll be able to pay so much attention to that. I remember someone was asking a question about Bhante Ananda Maitreya. I remember in one of his books he mentioned when he was doing walking meditation, actually he improved his Debachaku, kind of that. Now he improved his vision. He could see things beyond his naked eye. He could see subtle forms. Certain sentient beings were looking at him. He saw like triangular, square shape. Certain creatures were looking at him when he was walking in the walking path. So it's interesting, right? So I hope this will be helpful too. And when you drive, when you walk, when you work, when you talk, when you think, every time you become mindful. When you eat, you become mindful too. Drink water is a good way to practice how to, like, for example, you open the cap and then lift the bottle or lift the glass of water and then take it to your mouth, open your mouth and slowly zip in, and then the water goes in and you feel that water slowly going down, and focus on that, meditate on that. That will be helpful for you to stay focused and stay be more mindful about that. Eating also same, how you eat like a meditation, like Chinese tea ceremony, for example. All those Chinese monks and Korean monks, Japanese monks, Taiwanese and other monks, they are very good in tea ceremony. It's a beautiful practice of mindfulness. Yeah, and everyone can actually do it. Like when you cook like a meditation. You are very mindful about that. You drive like a meditation. You're mindful about that. And when you're mindful about that particular action, unnecessary thoughts will not come to you because you are focused on that. Okay, let's see Sud's question now. Dear Bante, can you give your thoughts on how results of good karma are? I read a sutta where Buddha practiced metta for 7 years and he is born in heavens for eons. So is it not one to one? Results of good karma. So this is good karma can be generated through practicing metta for sure. But by practicing other things too, by generosity, even by meditation, you can practice good karma. When you practice meditation, definitely you can generate a very powerful good karma. If you practice metta, in Metta Nisansa Sutta, the Buddha said about 11 benefits of metta. Like you can sleep comfortably, you can wake up comfortably, you will not have dreadful nightmares, and then you will be pleasant to human beings, you will be pleasant to non-human beings, and you'll be able to focus very easily. You will not be disturbed or harmed or damaged by fire, water, and other things like even weapons, poison, and yeah, you will be protected by the devas, and eventually, if you keep practicing, you can attain some jhanas, and you can be born in the Brahma realm too. In the Karniyamita Sutta, the Buddha said, you know, Nahi jatu gabbasayang punareti. At the end, that means he will not be born again in a womb by practicing metta. I think when you practice metta, your mind will be like someone like so pure. And if you keep practicing it, intensely practice metta, your mind will become like an arahant. You don't have any evil thoughts, you don't have anger, so full of loving kindness, compassion, all the time good, very positive and pleasant. You are physically, mentally very balanced and very happy, peaceful. Such a person is amazing. So there are so many benefits in doing that. And yeah, even in some suttas, I remember even achara sangha tamattampi. That means what do you call this one? Like it doesn't take too long, right? Just a few seconds. But even that a moment of practicing metta can generate a good, powerful energy. And if you keep practicing it as a habit, it will become an integral part of your daily routine, daily life, even in dream. Sometime in dream, maybe you see a bad dream, you see maybe a monster or something, you're angry, you want to fight with that. So when you keep practicing metta, even for that monster in the dream, you don't get angry. You feel calm, peaceful. You send even loving kindness to that monster too. Yeah. So even in the dream, you should be able to practice metta. So keep doing it. It will have so much good karma. Uh, yeah, for the rest of your life. I remember the story of Venerable Sariputta. Actually, once he was practicing metta, and he determined himself that he should never be angry with anyone for the rest of his samsara. It is said for many births, Venerable Sariputta did not get angry. Such an amazing thought. Imagine someone who does not get angry. Imagine yourself who live a very confused or maybe very aggressive or maybe very busy lifestyle. You easily lose temper, right? And imagine you are able to maintain loving kindness. You are able to like not allow any anger to come in for maybe a day, maybe a week, a month, a year, maybe more. Imagine how wonderful that would be. I guarantee, if you do that, you will be physically very strong, mentally very strong. You will be very healthy and peaceful and happy as well. Okay, keep practicing loving kindness and do many good things. So the Buddha said, to avoid all evil things, sabba papa sakaranam. Kusalasa upasampada, practicing wholesome deeds, sachitta paryodapanam, purifying mind, etang buddhana sasanam. This is the teaching of all the Buddhas. So this is very simple. I would say, in a nutshell, be good and do good. That's the precise summary of the entire Buddha Dhamma. Okay, thanks for sharing, Miguel Hidalgo Alacon. Sorry if I am not good in the pronunciation. Maria Van Ditchke, hello, welcome. And we have another question from Dhammajiva. Dhammajiva or Dhammajiva? What are your thoughts on Bhikkhuni Jnanananda's essays titled Nibbana, the Mind Still? Okay, I think Bhikkhu Jnanananda, maybe you are talking about Venerable Jnanananda. And sorry, I'm not very familiar with that particular essay, but the Nibbana, the mind stilled. I think I I have learned about some of the Bhikkhu Jnanaponika, Jnanatiloka, and maybe oh, you are talking about Katukurunde Jnanananda, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's in Sinhala too, I remember, but I don't remember that particular essay right now. I really like his teaching. Bhante Katukurunde Jnanananda. He is in the recent past. He also passed away recently. Very, very helpful monk. Very erudite scholar. He has written so many books, and his knowledge on the practice, and also his teachings are really, really powerful. Yeah, mind stilled, calm mind. Nibbana is maybe that state where you don't have any restlessness, absolute peace and happiness. For example, in the teachings of Dasa Sangyojana, 10 fetters, the last 5 fetters are abandoned by the Arahanta person only. So, Ruparaga, Aruparaga, Mana, Uddhacha, Avijja. Okay, the last one is Avijja, that is ignorance. And just before Avijja is, what is it? Uddhacha, restlessness. Imagine, like if you do not have uh, avijja, next one is restlessness. Restlessness is next in line for avijja. So when you have still mind, peaceful mind, avijja, restlessness is no more. So even for many people, that is why it is difficult to concentrate, difficult to focus, and complete eradication of uddhacha should be done only by attaining arahanthood. Even for sotapanna, sakadagami, anagami, they have slight, not like gross level like the other average human beings, other people, other sentient beings. But for like latent tendency wise, they still have uddhacha, the restlessness. It is the complete eradication, complete absence of restlessness can happen only when you attain arahanthood. Yeah. Okay. Bhante Chandima, hello. How are you? I hope you are back in uh, California again from your trip to Sri Lanka. Sarah declares sadhu sadhu. Amanta, do you have a question? May you be well. Oh, thank you so much. May you also be well, happy, healthy. Okay, I think Dulani's question. Oh, this is not a question. Actually, she shared this in the USA channel. I just shared it with you. Robin, Hill, thank you for the wonderful answer, Bante. I will try that. Okay. And we have Jordan Kase, Amir Malik, and Micah Tab, Eva, and also Geeta. Thank you, Bante, Sumitta, for sharing Dhamma wisdom with all of us. You are welcome. I'm so happy that I can be connected to you sometime through this channel. And Kumu, Geeta Brown, another Geeta, I thought. Okay, we have two Geetas here. And okay, let's see what Jeff wants to ask. When I get ready to leave meditation, I stay calm until I feel a little panic and my heart rate rises, and then I lose the calmness and the mind is full again so quickly. Okay, so Jeff, maybe when you complete your meditation, um, yeah, you maybe you take some time to get out of the meditation too. I would like to strongly suggest to all those people who practice meditation, if you stay like maybe more than an hour or something, just don't open your eyes right away. Take some time, because you maybe like hours of meditation, you don't want to see the light right away. Mm. And then take some time to share the merits that you generated, that you accrued by practicing metta, or practicing whatever meditation you did. You generated some wholesome thoughts, right? So make sure you share with that, with yourself. Maybe well wish for yourself. May I be well, happy, healthy by the power of this meditation. And may all sentient beings, maybe your loved ones, near and dear ones, all the teachers, elders, everyone in your community, everyone in your family, everyone in your neighborhood, everyone in your city, everyone in your state, everyone in your country, everyone in the world, all sentient beings, may they all be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. Share the loving kindness, share the merits with all of them before getting up. And before even opening your eyes, you can do that. And then you can also think of all the departed ones. Maybe, I just think maybe your departed ones want some merit from you. You never share the merits with them, maybe. Think of them, your grandparents, maybe all the ancestors, whosoever. If you keep practicing meditation, it's so good to you. You generate a good karma. Share that beautiful, powerful, strong, wholesome thoughts with them as well. May all the departed ones um, be able to share this merit, receive this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. And think of all the devas, all the other Brahmas, if they are also practicing with you or ready to receive merit. If anyone, any sentient being is ready to receive your merit, may they all be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. May all sentient beings, seen and unseen, near and far, humans and unhumans, skybound, earthbound, waterbound, all sentient beings, may they all be well, happy, healthy, safe. And may all of us be able to live our life peacefully, comfortably, with good health. May all of us and all of them be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana, the absolute peace and happiness at the end of our samsara. Thinking thus, you can slowly open your eyes. Keep your palms together close to your heart. Maybe say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. That way, I think you can slowly, gradually, and peacefully um, internalize with your rest of the life. Okay? I hope it will help. Okay, Sangamita Chavan is also joining us. Um, SJF has another question. How can I stay still and calm as I start doing things again? Yeah, this is the way. Like you should be able to slowly and gradually mix with the day-to-day activities. So you, when you wake up from the meditation, you don't go to some maybe very intense activities right away. Slowly, and if you keep doing it, it will actually generate even 1 hour meditation per day, even half an hour meditation per day. If you keep doing it, that will register. It will actually carve the niche of its own, of your own life pattern, your lifestyle. So it will be very helpful to you stay calm and peaceful all the time. Even if you are in a busy lifestyle, you still can be, can maintain your calmness. And also it will help you take right decisions. Always helpful. Yeah, keep doing it. Sut is asking, Bhante, is it fair to say that those who are in monk Sangha, at the very least, they are participating for fruit of stream entry? So they are part of 8 individuals who are sources of immeasurable merit. Okay, I think merit. So all the monks are not necessarily stream enterers, but they have the opportunity more than the lay people to attain Sotapanna. And also they have sacrificed their life to become monks, and also get out of their family life, family bonds, and then they become a part of the global family, and that way they can be so helpful. They are all, most of them, we can say, they practice loving kindness. They help the community in many, many ways. They have more opportunity. Not necessarily they can attain the Sotapanna, but they have more opportunity than lay people to attain Sotapanna. But even if you are a monk, if you are so much engaged in many, many mundane activities, maybe like, for example, running a temple itself is not so easy. Many, maybe so many activities, very, very busy lifestyle. If you have, then maybe it is not so easy for them also. So they have to make sure, once you become a monk, you need to make sure. Yeah, I remember my mission. When you become a monk, you say, actually, you need to remember that. Dasadhamma Sutta, for example, you need to remember. There are 10 things, factors that a monk should think daily, constantly. And I have a Dhamma talk on Dasadhamma Sutta. I think when I was in um, um, the temple Empty Cloud, I gave a Dhamma talk on that. Maybe you can have a look at. And also they say, Sabba Dukkha Nissarana Nibbana Sachi Karanataya Imang Kasavan Gahetva Pabba Jetamang Bhante. This is the first Pali stanza that we recite to our preceptor when we become monk. And I think you need to constantly remember that. Sabba dukkha nisarana means in order to get rid of all the suffering. Nibbana sachi karanataya, in order to realize the nibbana. Imang kasavang gahetva, having taken this robe, pabbajeta mam bhante, bhante, please ordain me. So you think why you became a monk? Because you want to get rid of the suffering and you want to attain nibbana. And if you keep that mission in all the time, you should be able to live a very happy life. And you should be able to actually come closer to that mission. Yeah, somewhere, somehow, even if you're not Sotapanna, maybe Chula Sotapanna, learn the Dhamma, practice the Dhamma, associate more with wonderful Kalyana with the friends. Yeah, I think that way mm, you can come closer to that ideological status, spiritual status. Yeah. Even for the lay people, they can do it. But for monks, as I said, um, Gharavasa or the lay life is like Rajasayatana. It's like an institute of Raja or the kilesas, the defilements. But Abhokaso Pabbajja, the ordaining or the monkhood, is like a sky, so empty, so enormous, and infinite. Therefore, there are many opportunities for a monk to attain Sotapanna if they realize, if they stick to their plan. Why you become a monk? Why you become a nun? There is some reason for you to do that, right? Especially in this part of the world, I think in the West, you become a monk or nun. Maybe you left your job, you left your family, you become a monk or nun. So you think of it. Why you want to be that? Because you want to attain Nibbana. You want to attain Sotapanna. Remember, the first mission, first goal should be to attain Sotapanna. If you have that strong willpower, strong determination, you should be able to go at least closer to that. You know, I wish all the monks and nuns all the very best, good health and longevity, and that spiritual connection for them to attain Sotapanna at least. And all those people who, even you, all of you, um, I wish you all the very best and good health and longevity, so that you can also be close to the Dhamma, keep learning the Dhamma, keep practicing the Dhamma, and learn the Dhamma from some good monks and some teachers, and practice. Mm. Constantly, if you keep doing it, you will motivate yourself, you will inspire yourself. You should also be able to attain the Sotapanna. Even if you do a business, you can do that. Anathapindika, Visakha, they were businessmen, entrepreneurs those days, millionaires. They were able to attain Sotapanna. Why not you? You can also do that. So even if you live a lay life, yeah, do things in the right manner, live in the righteous way. Give up all the jobs or professions that are harmful to yourself and to others, and think of the right livelihood. Yeah, think of those noble eightfold path factors. Keep practicing them. You should also be able to come closer to the Sotapanna. Okay, all the best. Okay, Jim Salisbury says thank you and you're welcome. And we have Lee. Hello, Bhante. Following on from the question about Sila Samadhi Panya, if one has impure Sila, that is overwhelming sensual addiction, I think. Um, Yeah, this seems connected. This seems to reduce one samadhi, and in turn, panya does not arise. The path becomes very hard to follow because of the hindrances. Could you please give any advice on how we can remedy this? Okay, Lee, thank you for the question again. And yeah, so I think it is very natural for us, like mundane people. That is why we are in the samsara, right? We are not perfect. So we try to be perfect in this imperfect world. We have to go through this imperfect lifestyle too. But we have to have that right view. Samma ditti, right view should be the key. When you have right view, you can get rid of many of these sensual addictions or whatever. I think Sila can be very helpful. I strongly recommend, uh, please think of observing 8 precepts. If you are a layperson, please think of observing 8 precepts at least once a month, full moon day. If not, if you are working on a full moon day, actually, literal full moon day can come uh, on a weekday. Maybe you decide yourself, my full moon day come closer to the weekend of the full moon day. So that full moon day should be dedicated to practice your um, sila, 8 precepts. Please practice 8 precepts every day. Please practice 5 precepts. Observe the 5 precepts every single day, early morning, and when you wake up before your meditation. Observe 5 precepts. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. If you are not comfortable in Pali, just think of the meaning. I observe the precept to um, get rid of the abstain from uh, killing living beings. Okay. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. So you determine yourself, I'm not going to hurt anyone today. I'm not going to kill anyone, any even insect today. Not intentionally. I don't do it. And so that will be a very good practice for you. And then also Adinnadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. I undertake the precept to abstain from uh, taking things not given. I don't steal anything today. Just imagine if you keep doing it and it will not occur to you. You don't want to steal anything because it will register in your system. You keep doing it as a wonderful, good habit, positive habit. And then the third one, Kame Sumichachara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. I undertake the precept to um, observe the precept to abstain from sexual misconduct. So, if you are a family person, you can live your life, mundane life with your family. That is okay. But you do not do it like misconduct. Sexual misconduct is complete, absolute no for you as well. And that way, your sila will become very powerful, and you internally and externally become more confident. That will be very helpful to you. I know it is not so easy, but if you keep doing it, it is not impossible. And then Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. I undertake the precept to abstain from forced speech. I don't say lies. I don't tell lies. If there is any situation where I have to tell lies, maybe I keep quiet. Don't want to say. Uh, I don't want to express any lie. Intentionally, you don't want to do that. So it's very good. And even the other, like harsh speech, slandering, gossip, and all these things, you can avoid them. That will be very helpful to you. And then intoxication. Um, Suramere Majjapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. Drinks and drugs that cause intoxication or heedlessness. That will be also very dangerous. So think of them. You do not become heedless. You do not become, um, you know, intoxicated by taking those drinks and drugs. That way, you will have a very healthy life, and also your wisdom will improve as well. Yeah, think of it and do it, and that will be very helpful. And on the full moon day, you have 3 extra precepts. Vikala Bhojana, that is not taking untimely food. And then the other thing is Mala Gandha Vilepana, That means one day at least. I think I talked about this last time also. Get rid of those beautifications, ornaments, or whatever on that particular day. Get rid of them. Just live a simple, very simple, natural life one day, once a month. No makeup. That will become so good to you. You will feel also more connected, confident with your own natural look. That's okay. Just be natural. And then Uchasayana, Mahasayana also avoid those comfortable, lavish, all those seats, chairs, high beds. Leave. Just sit on the floor and be connected to Mother Earth, maybe. That will be more helpful again. Be simple and humble. Your ego will be cut off that way. Yeah, so think of that, and please keep doing it, okay? And then I hope I gave you the answer. That way you should be able to live much more comfortable life, okay? Sam, hello. And Sud, again, thank you, Bhante, Sumitta, for your time today. Sangamita Gita Jnana, Michael Tap. I'm going to call it tonight, okay? I also think it is time for all of us. And thank you for the questions, answering the questions. And thank you, everyone, for asking the questions, in fact. And with that, maybe we would call it a day, and looking forward to seeing you all with another monk chat session. May you all be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever you are. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you, help you, protect you, and guide you towards the right path. May all of you and all your family members, friends, relatives, teachers, elders, everyone in your community, everyone in your family, everyone in your neighborhood, everyone in your city, everyone in your state, everyone in your country, and everyone in the world be blessed by the Noble Triple Gem. May you always be well, happy, healthy, safe. May you be able to live your life peacefully, comfortably with good health. And may all of us and all of you and all sentient beings share this merit, receive this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are, including Devas, Brahmas, and other sentient beings. Let us also think of all the departed ones, all the ancestors, grandparents, parents, whosoever family members who passed away, friends and relatives, if they are ready to receive this merit that we have accrued today and during our lifetime through our practice of Dana Sila Bhavana. May they all receive this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. May they all be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all of us and all of them and all sentient beings be able to attain the absolute peace and happiness at the end of our samsara. Thinking thus, please keep your palms together close to your heart and say 3 times, Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sabbitiyo vivajjanto sabbarogo vinassato mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi dighayo bhava bhavatu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sabba dhammanubhavena sabba sanghanubhavena Sada Sothi Bhavantu Te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, everyone, and also thank you, Empty Cloud Buddhist Monastery, Buddhist Inside, Bhante Sudaso, Ayasoma, and all the resident monks, and all the wonderful community over there. May you all be well, happy, healthy. See you again. Thiruvan Sarna.